Hello and welcome to another unboxing video from me, Phil Aston, at Now Spinning Magazine. And this is a huge box set. It's from Madfish Records. I've done several of theirs, which I'll highlight at the end of this video so you can go off and watch those as well. But this one is more than you can chew. And they're not kidding. It is Horslips 50th anniversary box set. It's absolutely enormous. 33 CDs and 2 DVDs. Anyway, before I go on and tell you what I think about the box set and the weight and the strength in my arms gives away, let's have a look inside the box itself. So here is a look inside Horslips, more than you can chew. And it almost certainly is. This is massive. You saw me then in the introduction, and you've seen me do Madfish box sets before with Wishbone Ash and Gentle Giant. Ian Hunter box set isn't by Madfish, but it's a similar design. But Madfish, no one does box sets like this apart from Madfish. They do slightly smaller ones like Mott the Hoople, Wishbone Ash, but this is the kind of platinum standard to what you can do with a band's entire career. I've got another one to show you for John Mayall, as I mentioned, but let's look inside this one. And the boxes open like iPhone cases. They're just so smooth and tough. Absolutely fantastic. Now, I've got one album that's sitting at the top of the box because this is the one I've been playing the most, which is Dancehall Sweetheart. So I shall stick this back in its little home when I come to that section of the unboxing. You have so much stuff in these things. We have in here, in this little folder, we have original fan club stuff. The Horslips Funky Fun Club from March 1974. Replicated. It's the train spotterish kind of approach to this stuff that makes it so awesome. Absolutely stapled together as if this is how this kind of stuff would have been sent out to you. Look at it. This is fantastic, isn't it? Look at the little cuttings from Melody Maker and the tour and everything. Oh, it's just brilliant. And that comes, as you just saw, in its own little envelope. And then another thing that makes these boxes so collectible, and with a lot of our famous or favourite artists heading towards the latter part of their careers, it's unusual in many ways to have sets. Wishbone Ash did, and this one does, where every member of the band, and the Gentle Giant did, has autographed a sheet, a photograph themselves. Every member of the band. And this is what makes these such beautiful things to have. This is art. There's also a poster, which you can see here. Tickets are 55, 65, 75, Sound of Music, Bergen, Sound Cellar. And then we have the first book, which is a softback book, but it's massive, and this is all the lyrics, literally. This is all the lyrics for every Horslips album. Handwritten notes, annotated, all the tracks are in the contents there. But everything, all the lyrics for every album, with a photograph of the album as you reach the beginning. Dancehall Sweetheart, the one I'm playing. Everything. So I'm trying not to get too much glare on the paper, but it's so well put together. It's really lovely paper stock. I know that's an important thing. It is to me. If you're going to call something deluxe, that's what it should be. And then again, you've got handwritten stuff, memorabilia. This is research. This is thought. This is fan first. How many times have I said that when I think of Madfish Records is they think fan first. What will the fans want? And then if there's any compromising to be done, it's not in Madfish box sets. Whatever they think the fan wants, that's what they work towards. Then we come to the big book. And this is actually, I'm not exaggerating by making a small utterance there. This is really heavy, just like the Wishbone Ash one, the Gentle Giant one. It's huge. And they're just fantastic. Here we go. there's all the albums on the left, everything that's in this box. And then we go through a time machine. A time machine that is already in the present, as well as in the present rather, because the band are involved. It isn't made up of press cuttings or old interviews and they've tried to make it look as if the band have had a chat about this. They really have had a chat about this. And it's just amazing. You know, you've got full-size, album-size pictures of the albums. So those of you who had some of these on vinyl, you'll feel as if you're connected to it. All the kind of things you could ever wish for in a book about your favourite band. And the thing about box sets like this, there's the Tane, look, great album, is that if you don't have everything by them, or you're just dabbling about, you have something like this and you have it all. You absolutely have it all. I'm going to be enjoying this. I'm going to be enjoying this for years, months. I mean, it's that album again I haven't put back in the box. It's just incredible. And I know you think, oh, Phil Aston's going through another one of the box things saying fantastic, incredible, brilliant, but it is, isn't it? You know, I know lots of people within the Now Spinning Facebook group have got this. And I was quite late to the party, really. But there is no better way of immersing yourself in a band's back catalogue than this. You could just put a playlist together and stream it. I guess you could. But you won't have the attachment to the stories and the creation of the music like you will if you do this. You know, this is something that you just take down off your shelf. Maybe not have it too high because it weighs a ton. But you're going to really... Gosh, where am I? Look, I'm halfway... I'm halfway through this. You know, you think, I mean, I review lots of things from lots of different labels and I can identify, well, oh, yeah, there's the corner. The corner was cut there. Oh, yeah, well, I can see what happened there. But with Madfish box sets, there isn't. Not at all. You know, I remember buying my first one, which was Wishbone Ash, and I paid £260 for it. It's obviously worth over about £1,300 now or something. But I'd never sell it. These aren't things to sell. They're things to enjoy. But I remember thinking, God, I've never spent this much money in my life. And as soon as I took the lid off the box, I thought, this is worth every penny. Because I'm so easily, and sometimes feel ripped off and stuff. But this, you won't look. You won't. As I'm whittering away and going through this, some of you just got to be thinking, wow. And it's autographed. You've got separate autographs. I remember the band. Where are we? 1977 now. It is, as I said at the start, a gold standard for how to put together a band's entire career. And, well, I mean, there'll be some, you know, why didn't Led Zeppelin do this? Jimmy Page, what was going on? All the big bands, the Purples and the, you know, UFOs, when they put together all the CDs in a little box. It's not like this, is it? And that's what bands deserve. And Horslips, a band that, I'll admit, I have about a handful of their albums. But now I've got everything to enjoy and explore and understand. We've even got, obviously, the DVDs, etc. here, and where all the different tracks are from the RT Vault reunion era. All the information about the track sources, etc. are all here. And then you can meet the actual wizard himself, Cormac Kane, the remastering engineer who pulled all this together. Brilliant. And then at the bottom, so now I can put my CD back in its rightful place. All of the CDs, I'll do my best to bring them out, are all in little gatefold sleeves, okay? Giving you the track listings, etc. So all of them. Just for completion, because I know some people don't like it if it looks like I've cut a corner. You can see just how many discs there are here. There's over 30. You know, it's just absolutely superb. Let's put those back in so I know where I am. They've all got these little ribbons, which makes them easy to extract. And they're not necessarily in the right order of when these things came out. That's just where they are as I've been dipping in and out of them. But I'm absolutely over the moon with this, because there's also so much unreleased material in this set. There is literally so much unreleased material. Just trying to do my best to get them in. Oops, and I've played this section quite a bit. The Tane, a Celtic Rock classic. Live. More live stuff. Have I played all of these yet? No. It's taken a while. But I mean, and also I don't want to rush it. I don't want to just go through. Well, I've done CD 19. What's next? I'm playing them again and again, depending on where I am, which is why that one album was out of the box, because I've been playing it on quick rotation, really. And then the last section. Man Who Built America. Oh, that's another one of my favourites. Tracks from the Vaults. Horslips in Rehearsal. Live at the O2. And John Mantelpiece. So that is the entire box set for Horslips. More Than You Can Chew. So there it is, More Than You Can Chew, the 50th anniversary box set from Madfish Records. So I've shown you inside the box. I'll just give you a little bit of a rundown from some of the blurb I picked off the website, just which I didn't kind of probably illustrate as well as I could have done when I was doing the unboxing. It's a 50th anniversary box set, celebrates the entire career of this band. There's over 250 previously unreleased tracks and over 4.5 hours of unreleased video. The set has been curated by Bert Jansch, John McLaughlin biographer, long-standing Horslips fan, and Colin Harper in close collaboration with the band, as I mentioned. The audio, most of the film audio has been restored and remastered by award-winning engineer Cormac O'Kane. Mark Cunningham has written books in the set. As you've seen, it's absolutely incredible. And wearing his day job hat, he's lovingly designed the set under the oversight of Horslips de facto director Charles O'Connor. It includes 2 albums new to any digital medium: Trial from 1983 and Host, a post-Horslips band featuring Eamon, Johnny and Charles, and Break Star Codes from 1983 with Barry Delvin. So 33 CDs, 506 audio tracks, 252 unreleased, 2 DVDs, 4.5 hours of previously released material, the 262-page hardback book, 88-page lyric book, 5 photos, all signed by the members of the band, folder of fan club facsimiles from the 1970s and a poster from 1972. 13 CDs, all the original 1972, 1980 albums in mini LP slipcases, as you saw. 1 CD, tracks from the Vaults. 8 CDs of previously unreleased live material, including The Last Time, a final concert from 1980 in full. 3 CDs of reunion era stuff. 3 CDs of RTE sessions, mostly unreleased. 5 CDs of selected post-Horslip adventures. So you've got Barry Delvin's Breaking Star Codes, The Host Trial, John and Eamon's Live in Studio, John Lockhart picking up the pieces, and then you've got the 2 DVDs. So that's the kind of technical detail behind the box. Have I played all of this yet? No, I haven't. Who is this box aimed at? Well, obviously it's aimed at Horslips fans, but I want to say that Madfish Records do this so well. And I'm talking independently here because I'm surrounded by Madfish box sets, many of which I bought myself or have been gifted to me from patrons. And they are absolutely a fan-first label. I'm going to come back to Horslips in a minute, but just because you can go off and look at this. The first one I ever bought was £260, which is Wishbone Ash, the vintage years, which I bought for my 60th birthday. It's the most I'd ever spent on a box set on music in my entire life. And as soon as I took the lid off the box, I felt it was worth every single penny. And I'm someone that can easily feel ripped off or think, oh, you know, once you look at it. And I felt like that before, very close to when I bought the Who's Next set for nearly over £200 for one album. This is 33 CDs and 2 DVDs. It's priced at about £250. So that's about £7.15 per disc. And that's excluding the books, and they are books that could be sold independently in Waterstones for a Horslips fan. And that goes for any of Madfish's sets. Like this one from John Mayall, which I haven't reviewed yet, but I'm going to. Oh, and the Gentle Giant one, which is just out of sight. Shall I show you that? It's reviewed here independently. Great set, and that's thanks to Nick Yusofian for making that review possible. And then Mock the Hoople, which is a single album set from Madfish, which got to number 3 in my best box sets of 2023. And also in that list of best box sets was Wishbone Ash's Argus as well. So let's come back to this Horslips set. The thing is with box sets like this, and if I say to you that each disc works out at about £7.15, it makes you realise what great value these are. And the discs themselves are in those little gatefold sleeves, which are great. So a lot of care and attention. The books are intensive. So yes, the box set is aimed at Horslips fans, but I think these sets are also attractive to people that just want a direct hit with a band they maybe missed out on, because everything is included in it. The story, the background, the social history, the love and attention, the feeling that you've got something you can just literally immerse yourself in. That's how I felt with the Gentle Giant one, which when I reviewed that, I had about half a dozen albums. With Horslips, I had even less, apart from the Tain and a couple of others, which the names have just evaporated from my head. I didn't really know much about them. This set in the Now Spinning magazine Facebook group, quite a few people had bought it and were starting to talk about it. And some of those people had bought it because they just wanted to know more about the band. And for some people, it's excessive. You could buy a best of, perhaps. Or you could try and buy all these CDs separately. You can't do that. You can't find all the studio albums separately, and it would probably cost you more than this set. And there's 252 unreleased tracks on here, so much unreleased live stuff, and 4.5 hours of DVD stuff, which is only in this set. But the other thing to say about, it works out at £7.15 per disc, you get autographed photographs from each of the band members. And let's be realistic here. There aren't many bands from this vintage, from the early 70s, who are all still around, where you can get their entire catalogue in a box and signed photographs from each member. And I think what this approach to putting together a box set does is enriches the relationship you have with the musicians, even if it's a band that you may not have followed that closely. I mean, I remember when the Tain came out, it was in Sounds and Melody Maker and Enemy, and a few friends at school had bought it. But it kind of like passed me by. Because, as I've said many times, when you've only got pocket money and then you get your first job, and records were very expensive in the 70s, so you had to pick and choose where you're going to put your money. And so some bands kind of got not left behind, but kind of parked. And I bought the Tain. I bought the Celtic Odyssey one later on, didn't I? I think I bought that on vinyl. It was later on in life I started to do this. So when these sets come along, they are limited. You can still get this. It is about £250. You can get it directly from Madfish, which I'd recommend that you do, because they'll package it as if it could survive, literally a nuclear attack. It's incredibly well packaged, so well put together. Now, the other thing I just want to say about these sets, because I mentioned the Wishbone Ashwall is worth a lot of money now. It's probably worth about between £1,100 and £1,300. That doesn't mean anything to me because I'm never going to sell it. I know when I picked up the Gentle Giant one, I picked it off somebody who'd bought two of them and not opened them because they thought they were an investment, which technically they are. But that isn't why I buy music. I buy music to play it. I mean, if you think about it, investing in rare records and stuff like that, I mean, you can do that, but there's other ways of making probably the same amount of money far easier. So if you're looking at this thinking, is it worth buying and just to not open it, I wouldn't do that. This is meant to go to somebody who loves this period of rock music, Celtic rock music. Bands like this, the music is so diverse, so varied, that you're never going to get bored with exploring this. But this is for fans. So, I mean, they are limited because if you think about the band signed it. So there's going to be a certain point where they thought, that'll do, won't it? So I don't know how many there are. It's probably only a couple of thousand, 2,500 of them, I imagine. And when they're gone, they're gone. I think there is an even more expensive version of this with a extra signed poster, I think, in there. But this is the kind of the one that's about £250. But as you've just seen in the set, if you're a Horslips fan, even if you've got all the albums, I would say it's still worth it. It'd be like a similar one coming out by Deep Purple. I'd still buy it because of all the extra stuff, because it's the band. But for this, for me, I'm at the end of the audience it's aimed for, who've got a bit and have always wanted to explore something that's new, where there's so much I don't know, and feel that for the price point and what you get, it ticks every single box. But I said when I was doing the unboxing video, and I really sincerely mean this, I meant it when I looked at the Mock the Hooper one that came out last year. There's something about it. There's a wow factor. And I am at a certain age where cynicism is a mere shadow away. And there are many YouTube music channels and websites where reviewers of a certain vintage can easily become quite cynical and kind of, look for faults. And I can easily be that person. But when I've had anything that I've bought from Madfish, which started with vintage years, which I approached thinking, oh my God, I can't believe I've just spent this money on a CD box set. I'm so used to buying little ones for 30, 50 quid or whatever. What am I going to think when I lift the lid? And I just thought, wow. And I thought, wow, when I got the Mock the Hooper one, and I felt wow when I took the lid off this. And there was kind of probably a bigger wow factor of this because I just thought, oh my God, all this new music. And as you know on this channel, I do support brand new music. But new old music is equally something that I'm passionate about, because when I look at the photographs, read the stories of the albums, it kind of taps into, I was there. I grew up during this period. This band were in the background, just on the radar, just maybe in someone's house when I went around, they were playing a Horslips album. And I thought, oh, what's that? Oh, it's Horslips. There's so many of them. I recognise so many of the covers. And, I'd borrowed them or taped them. But now I have this opportunity more than you can chew. I think it's a good diet is music, really. But if you already have this set, please, in the comments, let me know what are your favourite albums or your favourite parts of this. And if you're hesitating on thinking, should I or shouldn't I would say yes. If you've bought anything by Madfish before, you're not going to go wrong. And that's the other thing. I see some super deluxe sets come out by certain artists. I could mention Rory Gallagher, I guess, super deluxe edition for the first album. comes out a certain way, great. Second one comes out, complete change of design in the box. Obviously someone thought, well, we're not doing that again, or maybe it was cost cutting. This design that Madfish do for these sets, this is obviously more of a recent one. And then I look back at the one from 5 years ago, Wishbone Ash and Gentle Giant, it's the same. And the price point isn't really that much different. In fact, it's the same. In fact, it's slightly less. But the way this box set is put together, it works. It's fan first, and I can't do anything other than just give it 10 out of 10. Wherever you are in the world, if you're a Horslips fan and you've always wanted to just gather up all the bits you didn't know, and the fact is there's 252 tracks you will have never heard before, plus all that video stuff. More than you can chew. So get munching. So thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all of your support and kind words and messages. Please subscribe and share this video and share the channel with anyone you might think might like it. Check out the website at nowspinning.co.uk. We're on X, we're on Instagram, we're on TikTok, we're on Facebook. There's a Facebook private collectors group where lots of people have got things like this. And it'd be great to meet you there. Become a patron. Subscribe, become a YouTube member. But most of all, remember, music is the healer and the doctor. So please take care, keep spinning those discs, and I shall see you all very, very soon.